Nad's day at the farm. A fun adventure for Nad, a 5-year-old boy. It was a bright and sunny morning when Nad jumped out of bed, his tiny feet pattering across the wooden floor. Today was a special day. He was going to visit Uncle Joe's farm. "Nad, slow down!" his mom called, laughing as he tried to put his shoes on while hopping toward the door. "But Mommy, the cows are waiting for me," Nad said, eyes twinkling with excitement. His dad chuckled. "I'm not sure the cows know you're coming, buddy, but let's get going." As soon as they arrived, Nad pressed his face against the car window, eyes wide. There were fields of green, a big red barn, and animals everywhere. He bounced in his seat, barely able to wait. "Welcome to the farm, Nad." Uncle Joe greeted him with a warm smile. "You ready for some farm fun?" "Yes, yes, yes," Nad cheered, jumping out of the car. "I want to see everything!" Meeting the animals. Uncle Joe led Nad to the animal pens. The first stop was the cow shed. A big brown cow stared at him, chewing lazily. Nad's eyes went huge. "She's so big!" "Want to feed her?" Uncle Joe asked, handing Nad a handful of hay. Nad nodded eagerly, but hesitated when the cow's big pink tongue reached out. "It's sticky," he giggled. "That means she likes you," Uncle Joe said with a wink. Next, they visited the chickens. Nad crouched down, watching the tiny yellow chicks waddle around. "Can I hold one?" Nad whispered. "Of course," Uncle Joe said. He gently placed a fluffy chick in Nad's hands. It chirped softly. Nad gasped. "It's so tiny and warm!" Then came the sheep. As Nad reached out to pet one, it let out a loud "baa" and made him jump. "Hey, you scared me," Nad said, giggling. "But you're so soft." The last stop was the goat pen, where a little brown goat named Benny bounced right up to Nad and started nibbling on his shirt. "Hey, my shirt is not food," Nad giggled, trying to move away. "That's Benny's way of saying hello," Uncle Joe laughed. Tractor ride and farm work. "Now, how about a tractor ride?" Uncle Joe asked. "Yay!" Nad shouted, running toward the giant green tractor. He climbed up, his legs swinging, as Uncle Joe started the engine. The tractor rumbled forward, and the whole farm stretched out before him. "Whoa, I feel like a farmer," Nad cheered. After the ride, it was time to pick fresh vegetables. Uncle Joe handed Nad a small basket. "See if you can find the reddest tomato," he said. Nad searched carefully. "This one is super red," he said, picking a juicy tomato and holding it up like a trophy. "Good job. Now let's grab some carrots." Nad bent down and pulled hard. The carrot popped out of the ground, and he fell backward with a laugh. "Oops, that was strong!" "Farming is hard work, huh?" Uncle Joe chuckled. A farm picnic and a magical goodbye. After all the fun, Nad sat under a shady tree, munching on fresh apple slices. "These apples are so crunchy," he said between bites. "That's because they're farm fresh," Uncle Joe smiled. As the sun started to set, Nad let out a happy sigh. Today was the best day ever. Uncle Joe patted his head. "You're welcome back anytime, Farmer Nad." As they drove home, Nad closed his eyes, still feeling the warm sun and hearing the soft moo, baa, and cluck in his head. He dreamed of the farm and all the new friends he had made, already excited for his next visit.